What did Christmas Day look like in your home as your kids grew up? I thought they were going to ask because I was growing up, because they're very different. As our kids grew up, here's a few peculiarities, and then I'll just, I'll give the peculiarities first, and then how it felt pretty much probably like most everybody else felt. We've never had a Christmas tree at the Piper household. And that's probably because Noel and I are children of the 60s, We're trying to find wholesome ways to be rebellious. And so we decided when we were married, here we are now, it's 1968, okay? We're not marching in the streets, so what can we do? Well, let's kick the tree out, And the reason was real simple. I said, every unbeliever in the world has a tree. Why should we have a tree? Doesn't mean anything. Which, of course, doesn't prove anything. Like, unbelievers wear shirts. I shouldn't wear shirts. But it doesn't carry very much distinctly Christian connotations, and therefore we were just building our life from the ground up as young marrieds, and we said, what could we do that would be more distinctly Christian? And we came up with the idea of what we first called the Jesse tree. I'm not sure where it came from. But a Jesse tree is a gnarly, dead branch, usually cut off of the, I forget the name of that flower, in the back of the house. It has it's usually purple. It smells really good in Minnesota. They're all over the place. Help me. Name some flowers. Trees. Lilac. That's it. The lilac tree, we cut a branch off. So it's about this big, We'd stick it into some marbles in a jar, so it'd be heavy and wouldn't tip over. And all the branches are just going every which way. And then you have these little symbolic hangings. It might be an apple to signify the temptation at the beginning, Adam and Eve. And it might be a cross, or it might be a star, or it might be a little design of a tomb that's empty, all Christian symbols. And the little children would, at a point decorate that. It's the same idea of decorating the tree. When I was growing up, I strung popcorn. We'd make popcorn. This is so cool. We'd make popcorn. My mother would give me a needle and a thread, and you put the needle through the popcorn. I just loved doing that. It has zero Christian significance at all. Popcorn. And there's another generation, they weren't thinking that way, and we'd string the popcorn around the tree. So that was one. Second, we didn't do stockings on a mantle. I did growing up. I have no idea why we do that. We don't believe in Santa Claus. We did instead the Jesse pouch. I know what you call it, shepherd's pouch. Jesse tree, shepherd's pouch. Shepherd's pouch was, during the Christmas season, you are saving up money to give as a Christmas gift in the name of Jesus to some poor or some socially needy situation. You could choose, and the kids could choose where they were going to send their money. So the night before Christmas, they'd take what they'd saved through the Advent season, and they'd put it in the shepherd's pouch. And in the morning, that money would be gone, and the shepherd pouch would be full of goodies. Gum, tape, things like that. So that was an effort to just try to take the same old thing that people do and give it a twist that would make it more Christian. Third, we just didn't teach Santa Claus at all. In fact, we taught the kids from the beginning there is no such person at the North Pole, and it's a tragic replacement of the real meaning of Christmas. So our kids got themselves into trouble more than once in groups of children who, enlightened the other children who were really enjoying Santa Claus, that there was no such person, and parents would talk to us about, why do your children do that? Well, it's because there is no such person, and he's a poor substitute for Jesus. So those are three things. But the way it actually works Sunday morning is that the kids would get up early and they'd come and shake us and drag us out of bed, and then we'd have real special pancake breakfast, and they wanted to get beyond that real fast because we were piling. Oh, I didn't mention. Where do you put the gifts? If you don't have a tree to put the gifts, we do gifts, okay? So that part we're into. And we put them under the manger scene. If you walked into our living room at Christmas time, you'd see decorations everywhere. Pictures that Noel's put on the wall and symbolic things everywhere. It's just all over, Christian symbols. And the main one, you'd probably say, now what's the main thing here? There would be this large manger scene. Noel collects manger scenes from around the world. So we have a nice one from Germany that's got wooden figures, and it'd be sitting on the table. Now, under the table, mounds of gifts. If you've got 4 kids, you have mounds of gifts. And they're boys, and so they're usually big. Trucks. And so that's the place. And then we just we sit there, we tell the Bible story, and then probably one of the most unique things we do is we have a drama. And we usually have some guests over, some single guys who couldn't go home or whatever. And I remember Ross Sharks was part of our Christmas for a bunch of years before he married. And we would do the drama. So there'd be a Herod, and there'd be a Mary and Joseph. And if there's no living baby and the people visiting us, we do it with a doll. And we'd have angels up on the steps who sing, and then we'd have the shepherds who were afraid and they're cowering down, and we have little lambs around. We'd just take about 10 minutes and dramatize Luke 2. And the boys would, whatever age they are, they're doing their thing. They'd vie to be Herod because be cruel and mean and so we did the play. And then we read Luke 2, and then we let the littlest boy give out the gifts, if you could. And if he needed help, his next oldest brother could give out the gifts. Then we'd open them and goof around with whatever they are the rest of the morning, and then have dinner with guests, and then veg all afternoon. We didn't have TV, so football wasn't ever part of Christmas. Trying to remember what I'm leaving out. We love Christmas. We try to make it centrally about Jesus and his birth.